let's get a better understanding of combination using this simple scenario. So assuming in your class here, or maybe in an organization, wherever you are watching me, so let's say this is your class, you guys are 30 in all, right? So totally you are 30. So out of this 30, you want to pick like 5 of you to represent the class in a competition, right? So you are 30 in all, so you want to pick just 5 people to represent what, the whole class or the organization in what, in a competition. Now, for understanding people's, we don't know the prize that the first person will take, the second person, and then the third, and then fourth, and the fifth, right? So these are the 5 people. So if you came first, then you have a prize for you. If you came second, you have a prize. If you came third, and so on and so forth, right? We don't know that. Now, just for understanding people, so we are going to use a combination to determine what the prize that what everybody will represent, right? Or everybody will receive at the end of the competition. So for understanding, what I mean by the price here is that it is the number that are attached to where you are, right? So the number attached to where you are will be your gift at the end of the day, right? Just for understanding purpose, right? So here we are having what, s exponent 5, so meaning that you are the 5th person. So the number that will attach to you here will be what, your price at the end. But how can we determine that straightforward? So with the help of this tool, we are going to determine that very easy. So let's see how we can use the tool here using this question. So what is the question that we are having? You are having 2 plus s exponent of 7, right? So they say you should find the coefficient of s exponent 5. So meaning that this guy was the 5th guy in the competition here. So we want to determine its price. So the guy's price here, right? So we want to determine your price. So this is what we are going to use. We are going to use this guy here. So if I tell you that this is a whiteboard marker, you can use it to write on a whiteboard. You can easily use it. So the same scenario here, this is the definition. This is what you are going to use to determine the price of the first, second, third, and so on, depending on what they're asking you to find at the end. Right? So this is the guy. So that's what n combination r, and then a exponent n minus r s exponent r. Don't let these numbers scare you, right? They all mean something. So I'll explain that in just a few seconds. So the question says that we are having what, 2 plus s exponent 7. They say you find the coefficient of exponent of s exponent 5. So we are going to use this guy. So the meaning of the n here, the meaning, so if you compare that, right? So compare it. So if you compare that with this one, the question being given to us, that is what, 2 plus s exponent 7. You can see that the n here, you need to know the n, you need to know the r, a, as well as the x, right? So the a here is the first person here, right? So what I mean by the first person, so the first guy here, that is the a. So whichever number you are having here, that will be your a, and then the x here will be what, the second guy, the x from this question. Is that okay? Don't let this tick off. This tick can change to anything. This tick can even be 2s. It can be. So make sure that you watch the video to the end, whereby we bring you different method, right? So here the a is the what, a from the question here is what, the first thing from the question from this guy, and the x is just the x here, and then your r will be what. Look at the question says you find the coefficient of the 5th guy. So the r here will be the 5th, 5, right? So the r here will be 5. Is that okay? So r here will be 5. If they say find the coefficient of the 3rd, s exponent 3 or s exponent 7, and so on and so forth. So your r here will be the exponent, right? So the r here is the 5th guy, and then your n is the exponent that we are having here. So this guy, right? The n is the exponent of this guy. Is that okay? So you see everything here. This n here is this guy, right? Is this guy here, the exponent, which is the index here, and the r is what? Feet, right? So in this case, in particular, in our question, they say you should find the coefficient of s exponent 5. So this 5 is the r, and then a is what? The first guy, s is just this guy. C is the master driver, right? So the master driver, you call it a combination. Okay, you just need to plug in, right? You just need to plug in everything straightforward, and then you are free to go. So once you have all these information down, then we are free to go. So the coefficient, that is the gift of what, for the 5th guy. Is that okay? For the 5th guy, that is, so the 7 here is what, the n, right? Combination what, 5, which is the r here, and then a is the 2 here, and then raised to the power n minus 1. So n is the 7, then minus r here. R is the 5th position here. So then the x is the s from the question, and then exponent 5. Right? So this is very, very simple. So if you put this thing on the calculator, or maybe you have to subscribe to the channel so that we can teach you how to do this thing manually. Right? As at now, you can use the calculator to check. So 7 combination 5, that gives me 21. Right? This is very easy to calculate. Okay, so that is 21 here, and then 2 exponent of 7 minus 5. So here we'll be left with 2 here. So that's 2 exponent 2, which gives us 4. So that is the 4 that we are having at this point here, and then raised to the power x exponent of 5 here, right? So x exponent 5, that's what we are having. So if you multiply this guy by that guy, that should give you what? 84, right? 84 exponent. So this is the price of what? The 5th guy. Is that okay? So this is the price. The guy is going to get what? 84. Is that okay? Either $84 or 84 bucks or something, 84, and so on and so forth, just for understanding purpose. Is that okay? So this is very, very simple method. So look at the question here. There is another trick here. Now here, I guess you should try this question and then bring your answer in the comment section here. So they say try 1 plus or 2s exponent 6, right? This is what? Exponent 6. And then here is 1 plus 2s. They say find the coefficient of x exponent 3. So s exponent 3, meaning that is the 3rd guy, right? So what will be the price of the 3rd guy here? So with the use of that tool, this is the tool, right? This is a simple tool. So this is what you have to use: n combination r a exponent of n minus r s exponent of r. You must know this guy, right? You must know this guy in order to find the coefficients of whatever they're asking you to find. So in this case, they are asking you to find what? S exponent 3. Exactly. You just need to gather the information. So what are the information that we are gathering here? We are going to gather what? A here. As I said earlier on, A is the first guy here, right? A is the first guy from our formula or the definition. A is the first guy here, and the x here, you can see this x here. So the x here, so the s is the second guy, right? This x here is the second guy. So the x here tends to be what? The x here tends to be 2s. Can you see that? This guy is the second guy. That is the 2x here, and then your r as I say on that will be, they say the 3rd one. The 3rd guy, right? The coefficients of the 3rd guy. So r will be what? Will be 3. Can you see? The r will be 3. So what will be the n? So the n will be what? 6 here. So n is what? Exponent 6, right? So n is the exponent 6 here. So with this thing, we can easily find what? Our method. You just need to plug in, right? You just need to plug in your method. So that should be what? You have an n combination what? R a exponent n minus what? R, and then x raised to the power r. So you just need to replace your n here. C is combination of r, which is what? 3 here, and then a was what? 1, and then raised to the power what? Raised to the power n, which is the 6 minus what? Minus 3 here, and then x is what? That is the 2s, right? So multiply by 2x here, and then everything raised to the power of 3, right? So you point this on the calculator, this one will still give me that 1, right? So then you quickly find your answer and then you multiply. Make sure that you write your answer in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this.